Hey, how you doing? Scotty Bear here with another video. This video here is about quitting poker. I decided to make a video on this too from, just most of the people out there that, I've watched and stuff like that on the quit poker thing. Uh, my story is pretty interesting for a couple of reasons. One, I've been playing about 20 years. Mostly it's been quite a while since I quit actually. So, I mean, which makes this video even more kind of, if you're considering, playing poker or, trying to make a run at poker or whatnot, which I definitely don't discourage. I mean, I could, poker's done a lot of things for me and, you know, my career kind of is a span of a long time. I mean, I started playing at, past the deck and lowball games in Gardena, California. Like I said, I played for a good part of 20 years. Actually, I can remember back at the Orleans with Mike Sexton talking about poker sponsorship and, the future of poker and whatnot and what he thought, I bet, over the years, I bet there hasn't been, or when I was playing, I bet there hadn't been a time where I'm gone more than 30 days without being in action, which is pretty hard to do, I believe. Uh, you know, Lifetime winner being in action that long is I mean that's a that's success in itself actually. I've seen more than a few people come and go you know going broke. Everybody, really being young is and being able to bounce back quickly is probably the biggest thing. Being older now, I definitely feel a lot different about, the game and my experience. I feel like, maybe I should spend a lot more time, doing other things and being focused on other things. Like I said, I started, playing, lowball past the deck and, limit games, and then now, or not now exactly, but, the game's kind of evolved into a no limit. I feel like if you, really look at poker as a whole and really ask yourself, what are the prospects of poker? I think the are not great. The 1-2 no limit really isn't a poker game. The rakes are extremely high. I mean, you know, about $100 an hour at least comes off the table in the rake. Plus, 100 plus an hour. I mean, 1-2 game. I mean, that's a significant amount of money going down the chute. Even 2-5 no limit really isn't that much better. Actually, the PLO coming on, I can understand how actually that'd be quite a bit better game. I do watch poker content. The game is very interesting to me still. I mean, I could see how it's appealing to a lot of people out there. You take an amount of money and the upside is limitless. I mean, you really can go on a heater and spin up a couple $100 to, just incredible amounts of money. And, a lot of these stories that you see online are exactly that. Um, on the other side, it's, going broke and, whatnot are, extremely difficult. like I said earlier, being young and being able to bounce back are, you know, big part of, you know, big part of it. I believe, now being 40 and whatnot, it's definitely less appealing. Um, I think the big deal, in poker in general is, I was very engrossed in the game. I wish I could have talked to myself earlier. I wish I would have spent my time different. Um, big deal. I can remember back kind of something interesting that said that, if you can be successful in poker, you be successful in anything. And that's really what I feel like summarizes my time in poker. I don't feel like it was one of those things that was a good use of my time. I paid dearly with some relationships and whatnot. It's I had my time in the sun and some of the darkest periods of my life in poker. Um, you know, some things that also point out like cheating in poker. I mean, this stuff is rampant. Um, if you don't believe that, you're silly. Actually, my friend's a programmer, and you know, and I can remember an interesting thing he brought up early on was, and which is actually looking more like, kind of he was right, to some extent because he told me one time he said, feels like the sites are putting more money into the losing players' hands, and really, I mean, if you think about that could be you know, it could be a lot behind that if you think about it, because I mean, isn't that what Poker Stars is trying to do? Because I mean, if you fleece the losing players, I mean, then what? The winning players are obviously not going to put the money back in the game, or the truly successful players, I think that's a big deal. As far as uh, a strong, strong idea as far as but again, kind of looking back, I mean, poker is definitely one of those things that I feel like, wow, it is so attractive to most anybody because a couple $100, you go back to, you go back to work or whatnot. Why not gamble a couple $100? Why, the upside is big. You know what I'm saying? But the poker community is getting quite smart and, very, very difficult. There's a lot of very smart people playing, educated. There's a lot of good content online. Most of what was available in my era was more poker books and Super System, which really focused on a lot of ideas, but, it really took like an extra level. I mean, you can read a book like, Think and Grow Rich or, Super System or whatnot, but really takes a special level of a person to be able to tenacity, the ability to hold on, the ability to, to take and, you know, put aside any, criticisms and things out there that, kind of people saying, oh, you're a loser, you're a quitter, and whatnot. And, maybe from family members, loved ones, spouse, kids, whatnot. I really feel like is special level of what it takes to be successful. Again, it's really hard to really talk about that in the video because you watch all these people and everybody wants to show the success and blog about, their poker and whatnot, which is, fun. It's, like I said, we're in a different era of the game. And, I like watching content out there just like you. A lot of that has gotten very good. Like Live with the Bike and different things, it's very entertaining. And, I'm still to some degree, it's still very interesting to me. The game is, poker is interesting. But I would say that the time has passed. You know, and I don't feel like it offers the same upside and the same ability. These people playing online, and one thing to point to is like if you think about it, like Doug Polk did this video on or many videos on the challenge of going from $100 to $10,000. I mean, if you look back at the hours that was put into that, couldn't you make $10,000 easier doing something else? I mean, even talks about the rakes and stuff like that that were difficult. I mean, he the level in which he played at to succeed at that was extraordinary. And that's just something that I don't think is most people are going to be able to be able to do. I really don't. And, it's something to really think about. I'm not saying, I don't want to kill anybody's dreams. Like I said, a lot of where I'm at in life right now, can be, directly, um, kind of from my, directly, kind of pulls from my poker experience to some extent. And then a lot of, I wish I would have been able to, be able to get the, a little more time doing other things, more time with my wife, kids, whatnot. I think it's definitely something to consider. And other people are definitely better at that. I will say that. I mean, from, friends and stuff like that that I still have that play, they definitely seem a little bit better at that. And I think that's something that to consider. But these people that have gone far in poker have given something of themselves that it's hard to really describe in a video. It really is. It's something that if you go anywhere in the game, you'll be able to understand. I mean, you're not gonna, unless you have results like, maybe Chris Moneymaker or something, right out of the gate where you just go straight up and be able to make, millions of dollars, which I think in most cases is very unrealistic. I really think that the game is not without the struggle, so to speak, for succeeding. I mean, you want to win $1 million playing poker, you're probably going to lose some money in the process, and you're really going to have some dark nights dealing with that, and dark periods of life. And I think that makes you the player that you become. And this adversity that I think is crucial, and it helps you a little bit in life. But also, I think that just like a warrior, you become a little bit you know like a scarred veteran type thing, and I think that it's significant. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments, please don't be afraid to ask, or thumbs down, whatever you like. You have a mouse, use it as full potential. I appreciate it.